Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Good to have you come on with us. We thank you so much. We appreciate the live audience when we can get it. And I think I might be able to say hello to a few this morning. Might be able to do the roll call. Let's see what happens here as you get your notifications. And we appreciate you guys more than you know. Okay, let's just see if that comes up. I think it might. And how are you guys this morning? Let's see here. Here we go. Yep, okay. Carol, West Virginia. David from Ridgeway. Two Carols. Carol from Wasaga Beach. Natalie, how are you? Janine, how are you? Kevin. Rosa. Kevin said he's number one here. Nick from our staff. Janice. Frida from Devlin. Bonnie, how are you? Little Britain. Brendan, how are you? Is it first time on, Brendan, or no? Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. Arlene. Shirley from beautiful Twin Gate, Newfoundland. Rose, how are you? Georgie from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Cheryl from West Virginia. Mary, Gander, Newfoundland. Bonnie. Mary James from Anaheim, California. And she's saying hello to Dave and Helga. Deb, how are you from Harrow? Cindy. Thea. Grace from Newfoundland. Boy, I love Newfoundland. Francis from Vaughan. Dave from Cardiff. Arlene. Patricia, how are you? Doreen from New Brunswick. Heather. Miramichi, New Brunswick. Lori. Cambridge. Nativity. Wanda. Virginia. Milica. I know all you guys. I love you dearly. Donna. Belle Ewart. Diane. Thunder Bay. Elaine. Chaz. How are you? We appreciate you. Kristen. Carol. Maro. Ottawa. Janice. And Brahim was number one. Brahim, I don't know how I missed you, Brahim. Brahim, I can only read what I see. I'm telling you. Faye and Deb and Carrie, how are you? I'm going to say hello to Doc McEwen. I never see her name. I rarely do. Carrie's from Nebraska. Sully from Petawawa. Carol, Moncton, New Brunswick. Helga from Anaheim, California. There's Brahim's in the cloud. Nativity, Vince, Lise, Sandy, Natalie, Linda from St. Jude, Quebec. Okay, let's get going. Hi, Georgette from Miramichi. Fran. Fran said she was right at the top. Sorry, Fran, I missed you. Hey, you guys know me enough to know that I hate missing you. If you were up at the top, I don't know. My scroll doesn't show that. I take you at your word, because if Brahim ain't at the top, something's wrong, right? Or Kevin, or Fran, or Rosalinda, and others. They're always near the top, but I don't see them a lot of times. Okay, we love you dearly. I want to talk this morning, okay, about PPIs, proton pump inhibitors. We've done this before. Here's my headline, okay? Here's my headline on it. The reason I want to talk about it is because I saw some new studies on the side effects of PPIs. So we're going to look at that this morning, talk about it, what to do about it, okay? Because I don't want to just say, well, we got a problem, Houston, without giving you a solution to it, okay? Now, let's talk about proton pump inhibitors, okay? So, drugs like Nexium, Prilosec. Give me some others, okay? The purple pill, okay? It's amazing how marketing works, right? Remember it was the blue pill? The little blue pill? And this is the purple pill, Nexium, okay? And for acid reflux. Okay? Listen to this. 1 out of 4 North Americans are taking that medication. Now, I've talked to you about this before. So if you want to go through the Doctors In podcast, go on your favorite device, okay? And look for the Doctors In podcast. And then you'll see every episode that we've ever done. Scroll and look for on PPIs, because I've talked about this before, but it's just some new side effects. Okay, but I got to give you some background on this medication because I saw them coming out. That's how old I am. Okay, when they were introduced. Now, Tums have been around for a long time. Rolaids have been around for a long time. But these new PPIs, were introduced in the 70s. And I saw it happening. And I'll tell you something. Okay, this is really important. They were never meant to be used long term. They were meant as a Band-Aid they've never studied PPIs and the use of them. I'm talking about the FDA. Beyond 2 weeks. People take these for years. The second they get off, their acids goes up into their esophagus. And millions and millions of people take them every day because, oh, doc, if I don't take them, I can't stand it. Now, listen, acid reflux is no fun whatsoever. I understand that, okay? Believe you me, I always used to tell my patients, listen, I'm on your side. Doc, I can't, PPI, I can't live without them. I get such bad acid reflux. And my doctor told me that if I don't take these, I'm going to get esophageal cancer or Barrett's esophagus, which leads to esophageal cancer, which is one of the really high, like in terms of numbers, rising cancers there are today. But guys, it's a Band-Aid at best. Never studied for long-term effects. Now we're starting to get, well, it's been more than now, but we're starting to get clearer data on the use of PPIs. Very, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay? In 5 days, they work. So the headline is a medication that works, but it's not good for you. Right? That's the headline of this whole podcast this morning. A medication that works, but it's not good for you. Can you think of another one that works and it's not good for you? I know you're thinking. Statins. They work, but it's not good for you. Why do you want to lower cholesterol? And why do you want to lower your stomach acidity? That's a big question mark. So, you know me. I've always tried to get to the root of the issue. The root cause of acid reflux is your body is trying to respond to a lack of acidity. Not to too much, but to too little. Okay? Basic physiology. A human being, put your hand up if you're a human being, a human being stomach acidity should be around 1. That's more acidic than a lion's stomach. Okay? Why is 1/4, hold on a minute, 1/4 of the population, it's mind-boggling, are on PPIs? Adults. A lot of kids are on them. I've seen babies given this stuff. Why? What happened? Why do we have so much acid reflux? Because we don't have enough acidity. Okay. Why? It's our diets. It's not the environment. It's not out there. It's in here. It's inside of us. Because when we eat foods that we're not designed to eat, your stomach reacts to it. You're having a piece of bread, okay? You're having a piece of bread. And I mean modern day bread. Like you're not eating sourdough or whatever, right? Fermented bread or whatever. Okay, just a slice of bread. Oh, Dr. Martin, it's whole grain. It don't matter. It's just sugar molecules holding hands. There's no more nutrients in it. There's so little protein. It's almost all carbs to be turned to sugar rapidly. Do you think your body was made to consume somewhere around 200 pounds, a dump truck load of sugar a year? No, your stomach wasn't designed for that. Drinking sugar like we do, soda after soda, Starbucks after Starbucks, coffee, so-called drinks that are full of sugar. And you know what? Your stomach wasn't made for that. Your stomach was designed to eat meat and eggs, protein and amino acids, heavy nutrient-dense foods. That's what you're designed to eat. This is one of the arguments I always make. It's the first one I bring up. Whenever I've been in debates, okay, with vegans, vegetarians, okay? I've been on, listen, I had a radio show for 20 years. I had a lot of explaining to do, okay? And oftentimes we would get calls, and there would be a very, it was always, believe you me, I always respected people that didn't have the same opinion as me. But, I'd give them, I said, okay, I'm just going to ask you a question. Okay? Going to ask you a question. If you know the answer, if you don't, I'll give it to you. What is your acidity in your stomach supposed to be? Okay? And a lot of times they didn't know, but some did. They said, well, yeah, we need to have a very acidic stomach, okay? Like with the pH around 1, 1.3, that's very acidic. You swallow a penny, it will dissolve. The acid in your stomach, if you put it on a wood table, would burn a hole in it. Or it should. I said, okay. So it should be 1, right? Around 1. Very acidic. Why? Why would you be designed with a stomach that has a pH of around 1? Why? I don't know, Doc. I know, but I'll give you the answer because you don't need a pH of 1 to eat vegetables. As a matter of fact, if you live on vegetables, your pH will rise. It will become more alkaline. And your body, which is fearfully and wonderfully made, I say it almost daily, you were designed by God, okay? Your body was designed to eat meat. So you've been given a pH of around 1. That is so acidic. It's incredible. It's the only place, by the way, that you should be acidic in your body, is your stomach, and very acidic. You're not a cow. A cow, the pH in a cow's stomach, and they got 4 of them, because when you eat salad like a cow, you need 4 stomachs. You want to live on vegetables? You should have 4 stomachs. Am I telling you not to eat vegetables? No. Am I telling you not to eat fruit? No. I'm telling you not to live on it, because when you do, you're changing the pH. Now, here's even something worse. Add 200 pounds of sugar to your stomach, and your pH will go way up. It will crawl up to 4. Well, isn't that good, Doc? No. No. Because your stomach acidity is needed for several reasons. 1, to break down protein into amino acids, to break down all your vitamins, your micronutrients. You need acidity in your stomach to be very acidic. That's how you're designed. That's the argument I always made to my friends, vegans and vegetarians. God loved them, but they're wrong. They put fruits and vegetables on the top of the food chain. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. There's too many macros and too many micronutrients. You just can't. You're not getting them in the form that they need to come. So you need that acidity, okay? You guys know this, but I gotta hammer it all the time. Repetition, repetition, repetition. So your stomach acidity, and so what happens when you're eating the wrong food, your pH goes up. And your body says, hello, hello, you're eating the wrong food. Now I have to make more acidity. The proton pumps, you got pumps in your stomach. Okay? Proton pumps, they get going because you're not eating the right food. So your body goes, I got to make more acidity. The proton pumps release acidity. Unfortunately, it starts crawling up the esophagus. Ugh. Heartburn. And then you see commercials on TV. Well, just keep eating, don't worry about it, and take a little pill. It will lower your acidity. Take a pill. Am I right about that? You bet your boots I'm right about it. And I watched it in my office thousands of times. Not hundreds, thousands of times. And the research on the use of PPIs long term is devastating. Devastating. Okay? One, you're not digesting your micronutrients, especially B12. You need a good stomach, and you need a lot of acidity in your stomach, not anywhere else, for you to absorb B12. B12 is a finicky vitamin at the best of times. There's a lot of things that need to line up properly to get B12. Okay? Really. And when you eat a steak, ground beef, you get B12. But if your pH isn't right, you're not making the intrinsic factor that you need to absorb B12. That's why so many people today, you want to hear about an epidemic? 80% of the population are low in B12. And I say it's higher than that, but this is what the world tells us. 80%. And doctors. Well, your B12 is, Dr. Martin, he's a quack. I heard it a million times too. They've forgotten how important B12 is. And the blood test for B12, who cares if you got B12 in your blood? Who cares? It belongs in your cells, not in your blood. The blood test is 100 years old, that we should give it a birthday party and put it to bed. So many people just don't absorb B12, and they don't eat steak either. Because they've been told red meat is acidic. It's cancer. It's cholesterol. It's bad. True or false? That's the world out there. The world's gone stupid. So what happens? You're taking, and when I say you know what I mean. Out there, they're taking a PPI. It's blocking, okay, the acidity the body is trying to make up for. Problem? Big problems with PPIs. Big problems. And we can't get the FDA's attention. Bought and paid for by Big Pharma. These drugs make a fortune for Big Pharma. And unfortunately, these things work. In 5 days of taking a PPI, Nexium, Prilosec, whatever, you can get them over the counter now. In 5 days, 65% of your stomach acidity is shut down. After that, it's almost 100%. They work. They work. but they're not helping you. Maybe symptoms. Oh, if I take them, I don't get any acid reflux coming up my esophagus. But my friend, the side effects of them are legion. Bones. Well, you can imagine. You're not absorbing calcium. Okay? You're not absorbing calcium. You need your stomach acidity to absorb calcium. And guys, I don't want you taking a calcium supplement. I don't want you to take a calcium. I want you to eat your calcium. Because it's full of K2 with it. Eat your cheese. Eat your eggs. Eat your meat. That's how you get calcium. With vitamin K2. But what about your stomach? It doesn't have enough acidity to break it down. Well, what happens? Now you get osteoporosis. People with PPIs, they were showing some studies that their jaw starts to deteriorate. Not enough calcium. Not enough vitamin K2. One of the biggest things, because you're not absorbing protein and amino acids. You're overfed and undernourished. I mean, it's not like you drop dead right away. It just takes longer. It affects your heart. Listen to this statistic, okay? Heart damage, 70% increase in people that take PPIs in heart attacks. Why? What's that got to do with anything? Well, it does. Because again, your heart is a muscle. It's a pump. It needs CoQ10. It needs L-carnitine. It needs L-carnosine. Okay, your heart needs that. But if you don't have enough good acidity in your stomach, guess what? Your risk of heart attacks goes up 70%. I'm not making this up, guys. 30% increase in the risk of stroke. Fractures, 44% in bones. 44% increase in fractures, especially the hip, which is so serious, guys. You get around my age and your hip, you fall and you break a hip, that can change your life forever. Kidney disease, gastric cancers, 80% increase in gastric cancers and esophageal. Brain, your brain, headquarters, nutrients. 40% increase risk of Alzheimer's on PPIs. It's crazy, guys. Kidneys, chronic kidney disease up by 28%. Overfed, undernourished. Overfed, undernourished. And this is a big one, guys. Immune system. You see, one of your best defenses your body has is your stomach. Because you get a bacteria, comes into your stomach. You know, you're always around bugs, guys. Like wearing a mask. Come on. Wear your invisible mask, vitamin A. Eggs, meat, and cheese gives you an invisible mask. I still see people wearing masks today. I want to scream. I get a headache. One of your best defenses against bugs, against fungus, is your stomach acidity. It can't get past it. Like even food poisoning. You're much more susceptible when you don't have enough acidity in your stomach. Salmonella. H. pylori. C. difficile. Very difficult. That's what that means. That bug is so resistant to antibiotics. But when you have a good stomach, when you have a pH around 1, it don't stand a chance. It can't get in. Your acidity in your stomach kills it. It's one of the reasons we see so much pneumonia today. Lungs? Pneumonia? Yeah, you see, because the bug originally doesn't, it comes in, and your stomach, if you don't have enough acidity, it don't kill it. It's such an important border there. You know, I always talk about the gut and the gut blood barrier, but you've got a border guards too in your stomach. And the acidity, when it's at the top of its game, it is so hard to get past that. Okay? Now, the other thing I wanted to mention, okay, and I'll close with this, because tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll talk about, okay, what do you do? What do you do? Because I don't want to leave you guys with, okay, PPIs work, but they're bad. They work. Nothing like them. They work. But they're bad. See, acidity is not bad in your stomach where it belongs. We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about what do you do? What did I do in my office? For years and years and years and years. With great success. Wasn't easy. Wasn't easy because people that get a lot of acid reflux, it is no fun under the sun for them. Like it ain't no fun. But it can be fixed. We'll talk about that. But let me just say one more thing about what happens inside your body. Do you know that you need, écoutez-moi, that's French for listen. And then I should add, écoutez-moi, Linda. Okay? Écoutez-moi, listen. You don't make nitric oxide properly without your acidity in your stomach. And you guys know what nitric oxide is. That's probably a big reason for the link between when you cut down the acidity in your stomach, the link to heart disease is a lack of nitric oxide. Part of it. Because you're not opening up your blood vessels properly. Nitric oxide. Having a good acidity in your stomach helps you to produce nitric oxide. Okay. Okay, I'm breathing. Promise. We love you guys. You guys are so good. Thanks for being the best audience in the world, and I mean that sincerely. I always build you guys up, but the reason I do is because it's true. It's true. The best. Okay? You ask the most questions. You're the good listeners. I wish I could get you to close books. Or maybe I could do it through here. I got this other device I could get. You know what? I'm going to start testing again. Because I can read the answers now. I never thought of that, okay? Although I can bring you, I can do the roll call, even though some accuse me of missing them. But okay. I guess I could give you, close your books. What's the answer, right? Teacher, that's moi. Okay, I want to be a teacher. I told you that. I'm into education. I want you guys to understand. Fix yourself before you can help others. Okay. I love you guys dearly, okay? Friday is what? Q&A. Send them to info@martinclinic.com. info@martinclinic.com. Those questions will get to me for Q&A Friday and perhaps Monday, depending on how far down that list we'll get in terms of questions. But send them in. We love them. And you know what, guys? You guys love Q&A. We get feedback. They love it. Okay, well, we love it too. I'm used to it. Ask. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. That's in the Bible. Okay, love you. Talk to you soon.